Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ash, and as you probably noticed, I'm somewhere completely different today. So I'm not in my bedroom doing my normal reviews. I'm in Manchester city centre at the minute. So what I thought today, just going to test out a few fragrances. Really, just this is what I do. You know, it's like I have my days out, and I would spend like near enough a whole day just smelling fragrances, like just checking out like new ones and that, like if there's any like new releases and that. So I'm just outside Harvey Nichols. I mean, like, you probably can't even see that, but so yeah, I'm just going to go into Harvey Nichols and just see what's what, really. So I just thought it'd be like a fun little thing, just something different to do. So this is from the garden. This is a nice green scent. This is. I definitely recommend you get your nose on that. Yeah, nice little selection there. Fragrance de Bois. Again, like nice, smooth, well blended fragrances. I've got one of those. Joe Loves. Now, obviously, that's connected to like Joe Malone. I've tried some of these. I mean, like this one, I've tried. That was quite nice. Some of the bold designs are quite nice, like this one here, like black and gold. I thought that stood out, and the one next to that as well. So nice, fancy bold designs. I was curious as to see like what these were. I'm pretty sure they're like travel atomizers or something. So just curious as to those. And of course, I mean candles. I mean Joe Malone, they do candles like. And Joe Loves, you know, of course they've got to do candles as well, don't they? Memo Paris, I would definitely recommend this brand. Like if you like your leather fragrances, get your nose on some of these, because they do a lot of nice leather ones, like predominant in leather. I mean, check out the other ones as well, you know. I mean, I've smelt like most of these, to be honest. Eccentric Molecules, so this one, like the one with ginger, I thought that was particularly nice. I mean, quite subtle but interesting, like nice if you like ginger. This brand, 8 and Bob, I've only seen this in Harvey Nichols, this brand. I thought that'll make a nice gift for someone, like all the small bottles in that one. Again, candles. I feel like a lot of brands are doing that nowadays with the candles. I was looking for one in particular, so that's the original one, but there is one called Egypt, which I thought was particularly nice from this brand. These are like obviously the more fancier ones. I was wondering whether this was a real bottle or not, you know, because like the size of it, I was like, God, that's pretty big, that is. Now, there was one I was looking for called Big Bad Cedar, which they didn't actually have in stock. Again, I mean, like, look at the bold designs on these. Like, they're pretty interesting, like, to look at. So, I mean, I spent a while actually just looking at these. Like, I mean, that's pretty cool. Like the green, you know. But, I mean, to be honest, I'm more about, like, the juice, do you know what I mean? Like, the actual fragrance rather than the bold design. But I thought that these in particular kind of stood out. Like, I mean, like I nearly dropped that one then. that was close, that was. Coffee, so, you know, if you get like olfactory fatigue, you know, you just kind of clear your nose out with some coffee beans. Nishan, I have got one, I think it's suede something. I'll have to put that on the screen. Again, these little 8 and Bob bottles, I'm pretty sure they're 15 ml ones they are. Again, I mean, I said in a lot of my videos, I think it's great when brands do like the smaller bottle sizes. What's this? Paco Rabanne, Phantom. I have smelt that. I think it's all right, you know. I'm not, you know, overly kind of blown away with it, to be honest, but I thought they're quite funky bottle designs, like especially those gold ones, you know what I mean? This one, I mean, I used to have this one, Paco Rabanne 1 million, suede bubblegum scent. surprisingly nice, to be honest. I mean, of course, they've got all like the flankers now, haven't they? Yeah, so they've got a good, nice little selection of mainstream, more kind of designer fragrances there. See, this brand, Olfactive something, I haven't smelled any of these yet. Like, I just noticed these, so I was like looking at those. And again, like, I like the smaller bottle sizes that they do as well. Like, I think that's pretty cool. I was curious as to what this is, like what were in the jars. Like, I just happened to, like, as I was walking past. So I think there's like a lime in that one or something, and then a flower. And so this is like the Montclair stand. Yeah, so I had to do a voiceover for that because I just know, like, as soon as I walked in there, I thought, oh, like, they're playing music. And obviously, like, copyrighted, like, potentially. So I kind of thought, oh, I'll have to do a voiceover. So yeah, that's just a little selection like that they got in Harvey Nichols there. I mean, it's pretty decent. Like, going in there. I mean, they used to do the Serge Latens collection in there. Actually, I noticed, but they've stopped doing it for some reason. I'll just go to Selfridges and see what they got in there, like fragrance-wise. So I'm literally just outside. So I'm just gonna head in now. I'll see you in a bit. So yeah, we've got the Amwatch collection in Selfridges. I noticed it's only a small collection they've got. So this one, Interlude Man, I've actually got this one. I've got like a little sample of it. Like, I used to have more than that. I think I had like a decant of it. It's definitely one of my favourites, this one. Very smoky, like leather. Got some sweetness to it as well, which I like. This one, Interlude Black Iris, it's obviously very similar, but it's like a little bit fresher than Interlude Man. Again, I mean, I definitely recommend like get your nose on those two in particular. So like Overture Woman. Now, I mean, obviously, like, it's marketed towards women, but I would recommend it, to be honest. Like, just smell it just out of interest. Like, I was quite surprised by it, really, just how like nice that actually is. I mean, I mean, to be honest, I'd say it's more unisex, really. Like, to be honest, and I mean this one as well on a woman. I would definitely say, I just try them out. Yeah, again, I mean, you've got the Mason Margiela collection. They've definitely got a better collection in here as compared to Harvey Nichols. Like, these three here, I mean, I noticed they brought these back. Like, the first time I smelt these was back in 2019, actually. I think there was this one called Soul of the Forest in particular, which I really liked. So I'm glad that they've brought these back, actually. I'm not sure what happened with them. I think just got discontinued for a bit. Like, this one here is called Coffee Break. That's really nice. That is, like, if you like coffee scents. It's quite subtle, but it's got a decent amount of coffee in it. Beach Walk, like, that's surprisingly nice. Again, I mean, it's marketed towards women, that one, but I was quite surprised by that when I smelt that. Of course, I mean, By the Fireplace, that's like one of their most popular ones, that is. I mean, that's one of my favourites as well, actually. So smoky. It reminds me of Christmas, actually, this one. I think I might have worn it once on Christmas Day, actually. So, but yeah, definitely recommend that. Autumn Vibes, that's another nice one. I mean, to be honest, I'd recommend like the whole range, really. It's quite affordable, it's not like accessible as well. That's the thing with that range. These ones, like the Frederick Mole ones, these are a bit more pricier, but again, I quite like the bold designs on these. Yeah, so you go like Musk Ravageur. Again, I mean, I think that's one of like their most popular ones as well. Like, they're one of their best sellers. Um, I think like the vibe in this Selfridges is nice. Like, it's very relaxing. The staff, they don't really bother you in that. Like it's not very busy as you can see, you know. I mean, this is obviously like a weekday, you know. I mean, I've never really been on a weekend, so um, what's this? Boadicea the Victorious. So I don't think I've ever smelt any of these, like ever. But it's like I always kind of notice like the bottle design. Bond number 9. Now I notice that they haven't got New Harlem, which again is one of my favourites. So it's like maple syrup. If it's got like lavender in it, like a bit of coffee as well. Montal, Mancera. I think these two brands are connected actually somehow. I think it's like the guy who owns Montal. I think like his daughter like does like the Mancera brand or something like that. Yeah, this one, this Red Tobacco by Mancera, that's like really nice. That is very strong though. I think it's got like a lot of cinnamon in it. Like it's very sort of in your face kind of fragrance. That one, like really good performance and that. Yeah, it's this one here, right? This Tonka Cola one, right? I was actually looking forward to smelling this one, like when it was released. But do you know what? It was actually a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. You know what I mean? I don't think it was what I was expecting, like smelling it. This one, I mean, I used to really like this one at first, but I was just a bit kind of unsure about it. So here we got the Memo Paris ones again. So I think it's again, I mean, it's a good range they've got in here. Like I was just looking at the bottle designs actually. Um, I like the way some of them they've got like this kind of mosaic kind of design to them, and that. I think that's pretty cool. Just yeah, it's quite fancy, isn't it? This Italian leather one actually, that's a nice one. Like I used to have a sample of that. So I mean, as you could probably tell, I mean, I really like my leather fragrances. You know, and I think that's like some of my favourite ones. Like you know, when it's predominant in leather, that is. I was looking for one called Moroccan leather, which they didn't actually stock here, but I have seen it. I think it was a Selfridges in London actually, or maybe the one in the Trafford Centre. So yeah, I mean this one I thought you know the bottle design was nice on this one. Oh yeah, this I was kind of wondering what this was. Actually, I don't know if there were like straws in there or something. It's But yeah, it's like imagine just getting a bottle like that big for like a present or something. I mean, I reckon that's probably like about 1,000 milliliters or something. Like, I mean, obviously it's not a real bottle, you know, but like just imagine like if that was. So this Le Labo or like Le Labo, like I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I just call it Le Labo. I like the design on these. They're very sort of minimal kind of like very sort of uniform design and that. Like I did actually smell some of these, you know what I mean? I weren't just like purely like looking at the design of the bottles and that, you know what I mean? I was actually like smelling some of these. But it's just a lot of these I have actually smelt before, that's the thing. I only discovered this a couple of months ago, this brand. Yeah, this one, I mean this I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but this is a very hyped up fragrance, this is at the minute. I'm pretty sure it's leather. I know it's got grapefruit in it. Very, very strong, like projection. It's like one of these kind of beast mode fragrances, like apparently, like very hyped up. It's probably why it comes in a smaller bottle, you know, because it's like so strong. Yeah, this one here, this Two Bros Astral. I thought that was particularly nice. I mean, like I literally only smelled that like the other week, like just before Christmas. That one, you know, I mean, I've smelled so many fragrances. They all sort of get a bit kind of samey and that, but that one actually stood out. Um, this brand here, I'll put the name on the screen because I actually can't remember like the name of the brand, but I was intrigued, because I was wondering whether like are these actual fragrances or are these just like skincare products and that? But I think they are actually just skincare products. I mean, this is like a body mist spray, and then they do like skin cream and that, quite like the colours and that. I think they make some good gifts and that. Dior Fahrenheit, absolute classic. I mean, this is like a masterpiece fragrance, I would say. Again, absolute classic. It's like, I think it was like the 80s, wasn't it, when this came out? Um, yeah, it's got that sort of petroleum kind of vibe to it, like oil or something. But like it is nice, like when you get your nose on it. Yeah, obviously like Sauvage. I'm not really that keen on Sauvage, to be honest. Like, I mean, as popular as it is. And then you got Dior Homme Intense. That's a really nice one. That is. I just noticed the bottle's empty there. So, I mean, I've smelled it like loads of times before. You know what I mean? But so this Dior Privé collection, I'm not sure whether like a lot of people know this even exists, like this collection. So this is obviously like their more kind of like premium line that Dior do. I used to have one called Leather Oud, which is now discontinued. I think they used to do one called Vetiver as well, and it was like the juice was like green. So I mean that's been discontinued as well. Like this is a nice one. It's Toba color, or whatever it's called. So I tend to kind of gravitate more towards the heavier, kind of like wintry scents, to be honest. Ones with like lots of vanilla and that in them. That's what I tend to go for. But I notice with this range, they do look a lot of the lighter scents, so more kind of summery. So I mean, like all of these ones here, they're more like summery. And I think there was one actually. I'll come to like in a second. So yeah, this one called Lucky. I mean, I think that was quite nice. Yeah, just come out of Selfridges. So again, I mean, I had to do like a talk over for that because they play music. But yeah, I mean, as I say, I mean, they've got like quite a decent selection in there. I quite like going in there. Actually, it's I think the staff in there, like they're quite they're friendly. They don't really kind of bother you that much as well. I know like when you go to places like Harrods and that, like Selfridges in London, it's like they can be like a little bit pushy and that. Do you know what I mean? But it's nice. Like it's a nice vibe in this Manchester one. So I'm not sure where to go next. Actually, I might go into might have a little look in Space NK. I think there is one brand in there in Space NK that I just want to show you. So yeah, I'll just head there now. Yeah, so this is the brand I was saying about in Space NK. I was actually really surprised by this, like especially this one here called Debasa, or like Debasa. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but yeah, that's a nice green scent that is. I sprayed that on my wrists. I think it was just before Christmas when I came in here. Like this one was actually recommended to me by the sales assistant. Like I've always kind of like never really bothered with any of these before, but I smell like some of the other ones as well, and it's like it's a pretty good brand actually, to be honest. This sample pack, I think it hasn't got a price on it actually. I think it's like £35 or something like that, from what I can remember. I've often thought about getting that actually, but I think it's most of them I've smelt already, so it's kind of. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather just get like the individual samples. This brand, I haven't smelt any of those whatsoever. Juliet as a gun, I've smelt some. Like I used to get some samples of those. That I have no idea what. I thought it was just like an oil can or something. I don't know. It's just like random, like like eccentric molecules. Again, I mean, they're very subtle. I think, what's it like, super ISO or something like that they use a lot of. But I mean, that ginger one that I smell in Harvey Nichols, yeah, that was quite nice actually, to be honest. Again, Joe loves this. This is, I mean, this must be like a fairly recent brand then. This one, again, I mean, obviously it's connected to Joe Malone, you know. Tom Ford, so Oud Wood, which, you know, very popular. Tobacco Vanille, that's definitely one of my favourites, like top 10, that is. I'll have to do another top 10 video actually. I've been meaning to do that, because I think the last time I did one was like back in 2017, so it's definitely changed a bit since then. Yeah, I just noticed this, like deodorant spray, like Tobacco Vanille deodorant spray. was just kind of imagining like wearing it at work or something, like, you know, it's like fancy deodorant spray, you know. I mean, it's probably quite expensive, you know what I mean, but Diptyque. Yeah, this one's quite a nice one, like in particular. And again, I mean, obviously they've got the candles and that. I think at this point I just gave them like a quick sniff actually, the coffee beans. I think I don't normally do that. I think my nose is normally like pretty good, to be honest. So yeah, I just come out of Space NK. Again, I had to do a voiceover for that. It's like literally every shop I've been into is I've been playing music. So I think that's it for like the city centre. I mean, I'll probably head back to the Trafford Centre, and like they got Selfridges there. So I mean, I'll just have a quick look in there, just see what they've got. So yeah, guys, just suddenly thought I've just seen House of Fraser actually, so I might just pop in there and just see what they've got. I mean, it's probably mainly going to be like mainstream fragrances, but I'll have a little look anyway. So yeah, so just come out of House of Fraser. I actually got asked to stop recording. So yeah, I think I might just probably like have a little look in Selfridges in the Trafford Centre then, and then that's about it really. So.